Welcome along everyone to the final meeting in the 2020 ARL Touring Car Championship. We are here at the Sebring International Raceway in Florida, and tonight all the titles are on the line. Hello everyone, welcome along to the final 3 races of this season. And for the final time, Andrew Woodhouse here with you alongside Adam Bath, and Sam Kumo's doing the cameras as usual, going to bring you all the great footage that you see there. Adam, my friend, Sebring, it's a fantastic circuit. It's a bit of an end of an era for us, but let's not forget all the titles are on the line. All the drivers will be looking to take home the silverware and the bubbly.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a different venue as well to end the season. We're in the same state, we're in Florida, but instead of being under the lights at Daytona and on the high banks, we're here at the home of the 12 Hours of Sebring. We've got the Allman Straight, we've got the run into the final corner, Sunset Bend, which who knows could be a pivotal corner in deciding the numerous titles that we've got on offer here. And I think these Audis are going to be really well suited to the circuit. So, yeah, you're right. We've got the Pro Championship up for grabs. We've got the AM category that's still very much, very finely balanced. And the same can be said for both the Team Pro Championship, where the majority of the prize money is going, just 11 points in it between the top 2 there. And in the AM category, there's a couple hundred in it too. So you're right, we've got so many titles that are set to be decided here. And well, we're hoping that this 2020 series will go out with a bang, as here we go, here are the points on the screen.
Ross Balfour is in the driving seat then, literally and figuratively. 80 points clear of Kieran Harrison, Oscar Mangan in 3rd, Matthew Turnbull in 4th, David Baker is 5th. And then it's the reigning champion Ross McFarlane in 6th position. 7th is George Simmons, and Jack Cedric is 8th, with Jason Cooper 9th, Simon Trendle in 10th. Probably the bottom 4 or 5, I would say. Adam would need pretty much a miracle here, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we were talking at the last race meeting in Donington about Ross McFarlane and what he needed to do to try and lift himself back into contention. It wasn't his race meeting, was it, last time out at Donington? So it means that he would have to pretty much win all 3 races, which of course with the reverse grid means it is highly unlikely. And Dave Baker and Matt Turnbull, they'll be out to make sure they can sign off the season in style as well. So we'll see what those guys can do in the pro category. But you're right, it is those guys at the very top that will be fighting it out there. Here is the AM category. And after having a mixed race meeting, to say the least, at Donington, Rickard Carlson has a 40... oh goodness me, I'm not trying to do the maths. 46-point advantage over Ben Gregory going into the final round of the season. Mark Johnson just 4 points behind him. Hesketh Racing did very well in the final race of the day there. Nathan Davis 5 points back in 4th. Mark Woodhouse, to his credit, doing well in 5th. 1,770 points. So the top 5 there in the AM category all still finely balanced as well. Less than 100 points between those top 5 as well.
Well, interestingly, Adam, last week, Carlson's lead, I think it was about 90 points, something like that. And so that's been slashed, and Woodhouse has gone actually down from 2nd in the championship to 5th. However, he's actually gained points on the championship leader, bizarrely.
That's the way it is, isn't it? In this series, that's how close it is, especially in the AM category. Usually that is the championship that's pretty much up for grabs right until the final lap of the season. So we need to make sure that we keep our eyes on that one over the course of the evening. Just one more thing in the pro teams championship, Apex Racing team have just an 11-point cushion over Core Sim Racing. So that is going to be exceptionally close and very difficult for us to work out who's going to be taking home the honours there. Pure Sims Esports are just 90 points away from Apex Racing team as well. And of course, with 3+ cars per team in this series, that is no huge deficit to make up at all. So the top 3 very much still on for the pro honours, and in the AM category it's .exe who are 200 points or so ahead of Free Spires Motorsports. So the Neidharts and the rest of the .exe team, they'll be hoping they can keep that advantage going right to the very end.
Impressive season for them, certainly coming into the championship. As we look at Alex Simpson, he's currently in 12th place in this practice session. No doubt on a bit of a longer run, I would imagine. But one thing that Apex Racing have got as their advantage is that they can just focus on the team's championship, whereas Core, you know, they've got Balfour up there. He'll be looking to win the championship, win the drivers' championship, and Carl Janssen will possibly be helping him to do that. So, what Alex Simpson, Wojciech Savidovic, George Simmons have to do, Adam, is to really just keep their noses clean, rack up the points with 3 cars, and hope that that's enough to keep the advantage.
A few things that have changed, yeah, from last season as well. Ross Balfour's got much more reinforcements this time around. For most of last season, he was pretty much a one-man band for the core outfit, but now he's got Carl Janssen, who we spoke to at the end of the last broadcast, who is going on leaps and bounds over the last few weeks, and Oscar Mangan as well, former iRacing Road Pro Series driver. And did he make? I think he did make it to the World Championship Grand Prix Series.
Yeah,
didn't
he did. Both Janssen and Mangan have won things on this channel before.
Oh yeah,
and they are not to be underestimated whatsoever, as the drivers go out on their outlaps through Big Bend. Not messing about with the corner names around here, are they? And into the this hairpin at the bottom of the circuit, which seen some really good moves over the seasons in iRacing. Some good news coming out of iRacing today, Adam, as well.
Yeah.
Some new tracks signed for the service. We've got the Hungaroring, the Red Bull Ring in Austria, the Knock Hill circuit in Scotland, and Hockenheim.
Now, I'm sure we'd all love to see the McLaren F1 car on iRacing take a trip around Knock Hill and see what times it can do there when that comes out.
I wonder how long it'll be on the ground for. I mean, I don't bet on it staying on the ground. I'll tell you what, one thing's for sure though, isn't it? It appears that either next season or the season after, we'll be taking these Audi RS3 touring cars over those high curves and barreling into that final hairpin at Knock Hill, which I know we've wanted to do for quite some time, and could be quite a heck of a race to watch. Hungary as well, Hungaroring has seen some great racing in touring cars over the years. Hockenheim is just a bedrock of touring car racing, and the Red Bull Ring as well has seen a bit. Not a lot of touring cars there, but it's a fantastic circuit and one unlike any other really that we have on the iRacing service, apart from I would say Monza. So here's the layout. You can see it on the screen. Very technical layout, Adam. Pretty much every corner that you can think of, every corner type is on this circuit, isn't it?
Yeah, from the new tracks that you were mentioning there to one of the oldest on the iRacing service here with Sebring, and in
that's
fact,
not just the racing surface, ladies and gentlemen.
I know, yeah. I was just literally about to say, yeah, you could just have a look at the tarmac for yourselves. Parts of it are concrete, parts of it probably still the original runway that it was back in the day. It was an airfield, as most post-war tracks are, like Silverstone, for example.
Made sense though, didn't it? They were wide open spaces, plenty of runoff areas, and easy to kind of make a layout on. It definitely was a good thing to repurpose quite a few of those, and some are still used. Some were still used quite recently. Am I right, Adam, that before they added I could be wrong on this one, but did they still land planes at Silverstone until they added the sort of 1991 infield section? I think they kept the runways on the inside. I think.
When you look to Google up, I think you could, yeah. I'm not too sure on that one. I know there was that famous stat where on race day it's the busiest airport in the UK or the world or something on British Grand Prix Day. Just because back in the day, the amount of helicopters flying in and out of that place.
Yeah, and still does, I imagine. Every now and again.
Marcel Fritsch in this series, he'll have a home race once the Red Bull Ring comes out. So to Norbert Leitner with the Hungaroring, and all the Dottie XE cars as well. They'll have another one to add to Nürburgring. They'll have Hockenheim as well, for that matter.
That's a cracking circuit. It really is. I love the redesign. I wonder I just wonder if they might have gone out and scanned some of the
forest.
forest. I know what you're thinking, everybody. A lot of the tarmac's gone, but hey, you know, if they can, well, that'll be a great little addition to the circuit. I mean, they have, you know, they are making a fictional track, aren't they? I believe Coca-Cola Oval Speedway, I believe, is they're working on. So anything's possible. Jason Cooper with the fastest time so far. These times will get faster. It takes a few laps to build up the speed in these Audi TCRs. There is Cooper. He's got George Simmons just behind him with the green mirrors and the Apex Racing car. So Adam, it's the last one for us tonight, mate. At least for the foreseeable future. And six years of covering this series. It's been fun, hasn't it? It's been a hell of a lot of memories and moments.
Trying to think of how goodness knows how many races it's covered. We've gone through so many different formats as well.
I want to say probably about 600-700 races at least. It might be well over that.
Four figures, yeah. Because we started out with the 30 race season. Oh dear, there's some cars nearly ran into each other there while they were slowing down. A few flashing lights. That's one of the HM Engineering cars that's on a fast lap. But yeah, we started out with the Kia Optima, and we had the famous cold races where the Kias would just be an absolute nightmare for the first couple of corners. And our first champion was Wojciech Savinovic, and who would have thought back then when we started covering the series that he would go on to win as many titles as he has done.
Yeah, 6 of them. Really a fantastic driver and has really been exemplary all the way through. We've had a lady winning races, Laura Bond. We've had many champions. We've had the youngest champion, Sebastian Job.
Yeah, Sebastian Job. Yeah, remember the name.
You might have heard of him. And then there's we've had so many drivers involved in the series. I remember Ray Alfala came in. He's done some races.
Freddie Rasmus, yeah.
Graham Carroll, Rasmussen. You know, Alex Simpson's come in and been runner-up in the series. And let's not forget, I will have to shout out Alex tonight, because you know he was in the commentary box with us for the first 4 years or so of this little adventure that we've had, and yeah, you know, we've got to thank him so much for his knowledge, his insight, his skill, and his friendship, really. And it's great to see him out there and doing such a great job in the car as well. Having famously said, a bit like Steve Redgrave, Adam, you'll never get me in one of those. If you ever see me near a Kia Optima, shoot me or something. Well, he was right, because he never did the Kia, did he? He did the Audi instead.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing him having a go at it at the Sim Racing Expo when it was about to come out a couple of years back, and I think that must have been when he got the bug. But yeah, what was that? What was it that Toto Wolff said on that F1 podcast? You'd never see me on that podium unless you put me in chains. Then a couple of days later in Turkey, he was on the podium. Shows what that is. But yeah, there is Alex.
Mercedes for you, isn't it?
Currently 14th place. And Kieran Harrison, HM Engineering, currently top of the table. We were also on Motors TV as well for a couple of years.
And Jinx Esports TV as well. Yeah, we've had some great times. We've seen some gigantic accidents, such as the one on Interlagos back straight is absolutely phenomenal. Also, that one at Brands Hatch.
More recently, yeah.
That earlier on in, I can't remember, was it this season or was it last season? It was last season, wasn't it? Absolutely monumental crash under the bridge at the back of the circuit. That was huge. That's the first time in an iRacing crash I've ever legitimately jumped almost out of my seat with surprise and shock, as the drift from Janssen through Sunset Bend. That'll get heat into the tyres, that's for sure. Harrison, though, is the king. He's the king of the one lap, Adam, and he's been very, very good in, you know, he's topped nearly all the practice sessions, all the official practice sessions this season. And he's had a couple of pole positions, but what he would give to close out this series with some wins tonight. He's been very strong all along. Ross McFarlane is desperately trying to cling on to the title with his fingernails. He can still win the championship. Let's not make any bonds about it. He definitely can. But he does need at least one DNF from everyone ahead of him, really, in order to get through. It's been a good defense of his title, though, Adam.
Been a pretty solid one, yeah. To be in the top 6 with a couple of races to go. No mean feat. Has been a bit unlucky at some points over the course of the season. One driver you can't see in that top 10 of them is Ross Balfour, the championship leader. He hasn't set a lap time yet, and I don't think he's actually on the circuit, which makes me wonder whether he has got a penalty carried over from the previous race meeting, which would definitely throw the championship wide open, because Kieran Harrison, who's currently top of the timesheets, will have pretty much a free run at gaining some points back here in the opening race. But there are still 5 minutes to go, so we'll see if Ross Balfour does venture out. In the official practice session a little earlier on, Balfour was first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth fastest, just behind his teammate Oscar Mangan.
Just while I was on title defences, the worst ever title defence possibly in the history of motor racing goes to Jody Scheckter, the 1979 Formula One world champion. His defence in 1980 was so bad, he only scored 2 points, and he also failed to qualify for one of the races. So Ross McFarlane has done a heck of a good job to be in the top 5. There you see the iRatings on the screen. For those who are new, the number on the right is it's basically like a skill rating or an ELO, if you understand what that is. And then the number on the left is the safety rating, and also the license. So A and B, self-explanatory, really. And Cedric there with the black stripe, world championship driver. Poor safety rating for him at the moment, I must say, but one of the highest I ratings in the series. The highest belongs to Carl Janssen, 7.7k, Adam. It's a lofty ambition that most mere mortals and commentators can barely dream of.
Didn't we do a 7k challenge back in the day as well?
Yeah, we did.
We
did. In the Keir Optima, wasn't it?
To try and get the best of the business in there. Dave Baker was briefly in 6th place, his customary 6th, where those of you that have listened to us from the beginning, that's a joker's just that's a gag that's as long as us, really. But he's in 7th place now, as Corentin Guinness has pushed him back a little bit as he takes to the area that we saw that famous video on the internet of that Ferrari that breached the safety fence at the end.
That's where I thought he was going at first. That guy had to pay to get back in, nearly, didn't he? He was that far outside the track. Simon Trendle, 10th in the championship. Now, he can still win the championship, but he's going to need an absolute miracle. Let's not sugarcoat that, but he's had a fantastic season in the championship for his first one. And yeah, he's going to be strong going forward, I'm sure. Team Chimera have been a good addition, and we hope they stick around for the future. Jamie Wilson is there as well. He's currently sat in 24th place. Ross McFarlane on pole position then. Ross Balfour, is he banned from qualifying, Adam?
Yeah, we're just touching on that. Yeah. So hasn't come out onto the circuit.
So he's not making it easy for himself, Balfour, but he's lucky that he does have a good lead. Can we just see the points, Sam, if you don't mind, just one more time? I'm trying to get it embedded into my retina.
The magic number is 80. That's the difference between Balfour and Harrison. There you go.
80 points, and so that's the state of play going into the final day of the season. Now, we will say, just like the US election, all the results are provisional, but due to penalties and things like that. But if the drivers stay clean, we will be able to, at the end of 3 hours and not 3 days, be able to give you the result of the championship, at least, unless there's any silly protests or anything like that going on. But yeah, 80 points It's a lot of positions in this league, so
Well, yeah, I've just
going to need to be a DNF, isn't it, for Balfour if anybody else is to have a chance? But Kieran Harrison, well, he's put himself in a good position. He's put himself in the front row.
I've just got the point sheet up. It's probably one of the few race meetings where we keep a really close eye on this. And yeah, it's 100 points for a win, and then it's hit down in increments of 5, first to second, down to third, and then in down of increments of 2, all the way down to 8th place. After that, it's just 1 point per position.
So 8th place gets what? 84
80,
points, something like that?
8th gets 80 points, yeah.
80 points.
And then after that, it's... Oh, Ross Balfour disconnected, so it wasn't...
Oh, wow. Gosh.
It wasn't a ban from qualifying, it was a disconnection. Well, we hope he gets into the first race, otherwise that will definitely be 0.
That will blow the championship wide open, Adam.
Literally.
And that will be the worst flipping time for a disconnection. I don't think he's had one all year. And he must have borrowed internet off George Simmons or something for this one.
Well, yeah. So if Kieran Harrison wins, he starts in P2. He will take the lead in the championship. So that's something to watch out.
Assuming Balfour doesn't score any points, of course.
Yeah, hopefully he can get into the session. Ross McFarlane then starts on pole position for the final race of the final race meeting of the season, doing what he needs to do. Of course, he needs to win every single race, pretty much. Harrison in second, Carl Janssen in third, fourth, Oscar Mangan. So it's an all-core second row, but their man for the title isn't there. Jack Sedgwick in fifth, and it's Corentin Guinness. Wojciech Svidovic. It's now going to be two whole seasons without a title for him. Dave Baker in eighth, ninth Adam Hadfield and Jake Blackall, the Aussie, completing the top 10. 11th Alex Simpson, 12th for George Simmons. It's an all Apex row 6. 13th for Pete Newman and Thompson. That's Bobby Thompson in 14th. Damien Harris 15th, then Simon Trendell for Team Chimera, we were touching on him in 16th place. Jason Cooper 17th, then Jamie Rushworth for Freem UK in 18th place. Dennis Neidhart 19th, there's Ricard Carlson, highest Pro-Am driver in the field again, and the Pro-Am Championship leader for that matter. 21st, JB Masida, then Norbert Leitner, Nathan Davis, the Welshman, in 23rd, then Ben Gregory in 24th. 25th for Craig Williams, 26th for Jamie Wilson, then Mark Woodhouse, Marcel Fritsch, Mark Johnston, Darius Neidhart, and the rest of them. We haven't got enough time. Here come the lights.
No Balfour, Adam. No Balfour as the lights go red. The lights are off. The race is on. It's a great start by Kieran Harrison. McFarlane's got a decent one, but Harrison's going to be alongside into the first corner. Long left-hander here. McFarlane ducks in. Harrison gets a good exit. Is he going to be challenging him into turn 2 if McFarlane leaves the door open? Harrison might just walk straight through it, but he does not this time. Mangan ahead of Janssen. Guinea is in 5th. He's challenging Janssen around the outside of turn 3, but they are okay. It seems like everybody else is all right. Wilson's been off, and Neidhart's been off, but I think that's about it.
Yeah, very clean start. Few moves there. That's Sedgwick trying to get up the inside of Corentin Guinea into the right-hander. No way through there, and Wojciech Svidovic on the outside there, trying to think of a potential move. No way through there though in the early going. But yeah, big news that Ross Balfour hasn't taken the start. Neither too, I don't think, as Simon Field.
Oh, I think he's in. I think he's in now. Is Balfour? If he gets out quickly, then he will be able to score. Yeah. That's key. Just having a look at some people further down the order. Michael Avdoka's made a fantastic start. 8 positions gained for him already, as Harrison all over the back of McFarlane at the moment.
Yeah, he did try and have a look at the inside. Now Oscar Mangan tries to get onto the scene, and their job, Mangan and Janssen's job, will be to try and take as many points as they can.
Crash!
Off!
Crashed in the back of a Freem car, and it hit a yellow car. That's Harris. Fiercely forward. Car is off. There was contact with the Freem car. Don't know who that was. It could be that one there, Newman.
So Newman or Rushworth. Here it is on the replay. So that is 58. So that will
58. It's Newman, yeah.
Newman.
Oh, Bosch. Take that, he says. Oh dear. Well, yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Shall we say it?
Oh wow! I'll vouch for Newman and say that the right front was broken.
Could be. Well, no, it's not, because he's still going, isn't he? He's in 13th place, so I assume that the right front was perfectly fine. Around the outside, on the inside goes Norbert Leitner. And then there's the white car in the centre is Bobby Thompson. And we've had one Thompson in this series who used to do quite well.
What happened to him?
Oh,
He's off in the pest next season. Oh, look at this!
He's a pest. Oh, sorry, that's not what you said, is it? Never mind.
Oh, and
Poor
a
Josh. I'm sorry, Josh. If you watch it, I'm sorry. Oh, three cars colliding. Oh, big mess there. Oh, Newman is off. Newman's had an absolute shocking start to this race. And Dennis Neidhart is off as well.
I mean, I don't think that's going to simmer any tempers at all. Harrison and McFarlane going for the lead as well. I think the timing screen just it thought that Harrison was in the lead for a brief moment, and look how much it's bunched things up here. McFarlane right in the middle of it. I wonder if he's either got a problem or he's just trying to bunch things up a little bit, because Harrison is literally all over him and is trying to get into the lead, because these course sim racing cars, they're desperately trying to get by the HM Engineering.
Half a lap until there'll be no points for Ross Balfour. He needs to get out quickly if he's got into the session. McFarlane does lead the way though, lap 2. And crash.
Oh my word! Now that's
Mark
a
Johnston. Oh, bad rejoin. Oh dear.
That's
Darius Neidhart. He's been in the wars, hasn't he? Yeah, slow down for Woodhouse, I think, as well. As this is who's that coming through?
Jason Sterney.
The other, it's Breuer, isn't it? Breuer I was thinking of, and Sterney, yeah.
That's not good for .exe's Pro-Am Teams Championships aspirations. They've got a bit of a cushion though, so it's not too bad. And yeah, you're right, Ross Balfour.
No points for him, mate.
No points at all.
As the second lap completed, I guess. Yeah, no points.
Yeah, got to get
Ben Gregory is crawling around as well. I don't think he'll get any points either.
That's massive for the
Pro-Am contact at Sunset Bend. Woodhouse and Breuer. Breuer's off. Breuer's in the wall on the outside. And someone else is off as well, blue car. That's, is that Baron Glover?
Yes, it is, at his home race. Yeah, what an awful lap that's been for .exe. We had one of the Neidharts off halfway around the lap, and then another one buried in the tyres at the end of it. That's not good news at all.
Well, nice. That's been a horrendous couple of laps for a few drivers. Just 2 laps completed here at Sebring. It is a long one. 2 minutes 15 seconds you're looking at in race trim. And Harrison looking around the outside of McFarlane, trying to circumnavigate the Scotsman, but can't quite do that. I'm sure McFarlane will be buoyed by the fact that he'll get to race at Knock Hill in the near future, but he won't be thinking about that now. As Harrison goes down the inside, McFarlane leaves him a lot of space. He takes the wider line for a better exit. We're on board with Mangan. Adam, this is the best seat in the house.
Oh, he's loving life here, Mangan. He's not involved in the championship fight, of course, so he can. Well, he is, I should say. He is involved in the championship fight, but he can afford to take his time a little bit. Harrison trying to get by McFarlane.
Well, he's a bit further down, isn't he, Mangan? And that's he's a bit further behind.
He's only 86 points away, isn't he?
But Balfour's basically a mechanical retirement, effectively, isn't it? As put them into DNS, DNQ.
He didn't Q, yeah, he did not DNQ. Well, there you go. They all are on the soft rubber.
Ah, very good.
And he's new feature. Alex Simpson. We don't know what tyre he's on.
He's on the 2020. He's on the 2021 test tyres. I guess. Look at this black, blue, and white car. Oh dear me, that was a bit of a dodgy line, wasn't it? He seemed to lose the rear there going through Sunset Bend, but McFarlane's defending for his life here at the front from Harrison. Baker sets the fastest lap. Baker's in 7th position, and that shows really what sort of battling's going on at the front.
Matt Turnbull, fastest lap of the race. I think that kind of That's telling of the pace that's being set at the front. Up the inside there goes Quentin Guinea. He's going to try and break the course in racing 3-4, and he does. And Jack Sedgwick might try and get up the inside as well then. Oh no, he thought about it, and he's off, and he's going to come back on.
I wonder if he got a nudge off of Baker, you know. Did Sedgwick? Maybe. It's hard to tell from that camera angle.
The curbs are lethal here as well. And,
Christ, the curbs are heavy.
Oh, is that broken?
He's wide. He's wide.
Touch. And back through goes Janssen.
Oh, all hard work for Guinea. Has frittered away. And yeah, down to P5 for the Frenchman. HM Engineering have been a fantastic addition, haven't they? Really, really fast drivers near the front.
What a season it's been for them, yeah. And to think, normally we have a season that spans the whole year, and then the new teams and the new drivers will have pretty much a whole calendar year to get up to speed. This season's only been going pretty much the length of a normal iRacing season, so to get up to speed that quickly and show the pace that Harrison has in practice and in qualifying, it's been a fantastic season for the team and for him as well. So I wonder if they'll be hoping to cap it off now with a title, and as it stands, even with Harrison in second place, he's going to be heading into race 2 with the championship lead.
Oh, he's a bit wide there. Just sort of cost him a little bit of momentum. And Mangan is actually closing in quite well with the slipstream here. Down to 1/10 of a second. There's some manoeuvring in the back. It's Guinea trying to go around the outside of Janssen into Sunset Bend. He decides not to, I think, on that occasion. Yeah, he just stays behind him.
Janssen now under pressure once again from Quentin Guinea. He doesn't have his teammate in front of him to act as any sort of slipstream either. At the front as well, it's all kicking off as well. So much going on down that front straight. It's a defensive line from McFarlane into turn 1. So to
contact.
And Janssen back through again. These two are swapping positions every corner pretty much.
Fastest lap for Jason Cooper in 13th place as this battle absolutely rages on. Look at the margins, look how close they are together. I said it before, I don't think I could race that close to somebody and not make contact. Well, they did make contact, didn't they? But at the point, just 10 seconds separating the top 17 drivers, and there is a bit of a gap between Rushworth in 21st and Marcel Fritsch in 22nd of 5 seconds. Nathan Davies leads the M category, actually. There he is, indeed. That's good timing. That's excellent. Get out of my head, my friend. So, fantastic. Nathan Davies, though. And the Welshman, 7 positions gained for him, Adam.
Yeah, just having a look.
Somebody's off.
Smoker here. Yeah. Oh, off! It's Jake Blackhall, the Aussie. Oh, no. Well, he hadn't had a good qualifying, as he tends to usually do these days, Jake Blackhall, but unfortunately race 1 hasn't gone at all well for him, and the Pure Sims OBP car will have to hope he can stay in reverse grid contention and hope he hasn't damaged that car too much.
Yeah, he's a very fast driver, Jake Blackhall, but it just seems to never go well for him in a full season. Gets fits and starts, usually see him win a race or at least get some bubbly along the way, but yeah, struggling there. Svidovic has gone through into 7th place.
Oh yeah, oh, he's trying to.
Yeah, at least briefly. He's got clear of Sedgwick then. He's got a bit of help from Baker. And up the inside goes Carl Janssen again. Oh, he slides the car. It's good. Just slid up in front of him. A bit like an oval racing move, that.
The old slide job going into this final corner. It's almost like watching motorbikes go into that corner as well. The way the back end was out. Oh, Guinea v Janssen.
Harrison v McFarlane. It's all kicking off, isn't it? This is for 4th and 5th. We've got P1 and P2 going for it, though.
And I know it's only race 1, but with Balfour out, I wonder how important 2nd or 3rd or 1st could be in determining the title here, as Janssen and Guinea still going at it, and Dave Baker's just like, where do I go? Because I don't want to get involved in a potential accident.
We can see by the body language of the cars, the demeanour of the driving. There's a lot at stake here for a lot of people. Even the likes of Wojciech Svidovic, Alex Simpson, they're not completely out of it. But I mean, it's so they'll be wanting to just get as many points as possible. They're focused on the teams championship, of course, but this is a great scrap. Just going on and on and on. Going to fight to the end of time, it seems. Well, at least for 4 more laps, Adam, until we tell them to stop.
For a little bit, for about 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Yeah, and then they'll be fighting in the midfield. What is the reverse grid number? I will check that. It is 20. It's going to be the reverse grid number, and then 29 for race 3. So 20th place will be the key for these men out there today. As McFarlane, tell you what, this is one of the best defensive jobs I've seen, probably since the first season we were covering the championship. And Wojciech Svidovic against Ash Sutton.
Oh yeah, back at the was that Suzuka East?
Suzuka East. Yeah.
Way back in 20. That was like one of the second or third races we did.
Fantastic race.
Harrison got very sideways there on the exit of the penultimate corner, and it's meant that he hasn't been able to close down McFarlane down the back straight. Now it's Sunset Bend and Mangan. Yeah, he is right there.
He's going for the big long cutback though. Big swooping exit. The wide entry. So many different lines you can take. Oh, Cedric's nearly in the pit wall on the right hand side. Goodness me.
Looking back from Ross McFarlane. So close to that inside wall they get there.
Wow. I've hit that. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
It's quite easy to hit because it sort of dares you to get as close as possible over the grass. They don't care about that. I think what's saving McFarlane though is Harrison was getting alongside a couple of times into the first corner, but the second corner is so, well, it's basically one line through there, so you can't really run side by side easily. Look at this now, Adam, 7 seconds between the top 14. It's closing in even more as there's even more side by side action in the top 6.
It's quite telling that I think the top 10, the fastest lap is not there. I think the fastest lap at the moment is Jason Cooper, who's down in 11th. That's quite telling at the pace at the front. As we were saying, here comes Harrison again. Does he look for a move up the inside? No, he doesn't. Last time around, he was... yeah, he's trying to get done around the outside.
Only man in the 213s is Cooper, sorry, mate.
Yeah, no worries. 2:13.9, yeah, for him. In comparison, Ross McFarlane on that last lap, a 2:15.5, and Harrison 2:15.7. So that just shows you just how what the pace is like at the front.
Pole position was a 13.4, by the way.
There you go. So McFarlane has got it in him, but with 7 laps complete and this track surface at Sebring, I think the tyres are probably starting to go just a little bit past their best. In comparison, the guys that aren't in this train, Janssen and Guinea, they are just a couple of tenths of a second quicker. So sooner or later, they are going to start to latch onto the back of the slipstream that will be coming out the back of Oscar Mangan's car. Harrison, he's right there now with McFarlane. This could be his chance.
The word comparison is one of the few that rhymes with the word Harrison, actually, as if he comes alongside McFarlane then, and he's actually in the lead according to the timing screen. He does have some other car ahead of the reigning champion. McFarlane, though, he's going to have the inside line. He's going to have the shorter route. Now, can he slide up and in front of the HM Engineering car? Oh, he does certainly think about it, but he can't quite. Harrison on the inside. Now, he's going to push him as close to that inside wall, I think, as he dares, and then he's going to sweep all the way to the right-hand side to try and get this big, long run around the outside of the first corner. Oh, my word. He's been hanging on for so long as McFarlane, Adam. Is his grasp about to open? It is indeed, and down to third now.
It was a valiant attempt around the outside. You touched on it a lap ago, didn't you, saying that that corner is pretty much one line. And McFarlane fell foul of the lack of grip out there, and he jettisoned the lead. That rhymes with Harrison, and he's down to third.
Yes, now Harrison might have to put up the garrison to defend against Mangan, the Irishman. We'll see what he can do. McFarlane, can he make a challenge? Can he try to redeem himself? Alex Sims is down to 14th. I don't know where that's happened because he was up inside the top 10. So I don't know what's happened to the Englishman there.
Harrison and McFarlane trying to respond straight away on Oscar Mangan there. Janssens arrives onto the scene now. and is trying to get by into Tower Bend, but no way through there. You're right, yeah, Alex Simpson lost 3 places from where he started. He's now down to 14th with 1.5 laps to go. He's just ahead of Norbert Lightner now.
His last lap was a 2:15.8, and he lost 1 second in sector 3, and in fact he lost time in all the sectors really. So I don't know if he's got a bit of an issue as Alex. So let's have a look at his car. Car looks okay. Maybe the tyres have gone for him, who knows? But yeah, certainly not having a happy time of it at the moment. It was okay earlier on in the race. A bit further down, Damien Harris has recovered to 25th after his incident earlier on. This now is McFarlane trying to get second place back off of Oscar Mangan. The white flag will be in the air for Kieran Harrison as he comes across
and
to start lap 9.
Now, this is very important, of course. Core Sim Racing going for a team's championship. They are just 11 points behind Apex going into this race, and if they can keep second and maybe get both cars on the podium, that will put a real dent in Apex Racing Team's Pro Championship hopes.
Yeah, and they're now a 4-pack, 2x2 to the very tight turn 3. Oh my goodness me! Riding the curbs, using them a bit like a tram line to pull the car around, and these front-wheel drive cars need all the help they can get when they're on the power, that's for sure. Going through Big Bend then. Trying to get the run into the hairpin. You do not want to leave the inside open here. Oh, he sort of did, didn't he, McFarlane? But... oh, Guinea! Oh my word. He's being pushed by Janssen then. High-quality racing at the front of the field.
Yeah, the door wasn't quite shut there, and Janssen made Guinea very much aware of it. And the door gets shut this time.
Having a look.
On the outside, that'd be very brave, and it doesn't often work, and in that case it didn't, and that's going to allow Dave Baker and Jack Sedgwick to close right up to the back of this group as well.
May have a look into Tower. No, he doesn't. He doesn't, and that's probably wise. 90-degree right-hander, not a lot of room there. Not a lot of a good line. Harrison's lead is 2.4 seconds now after the battling going on behind him. He'll be very, very happy with that. And Kieran Harrison's just got a couple of corners to go to take the lead in the Drivers' Championship. Would you believe that? He would not have thought that that would have come to him so easily as they're banging wheels behind. That's Guinea and Janssen still going for it. Guinea's lost a place. He might lose another one. Who knows? Baker is on the scene as well, but Kieran Harrison, he's only got one corner to go, Adam.
And who would have thought it? 80 points behind Ross Balfour going into the start of this race meeting, but of course, Ross Balfour's technical issues mean that Harrison is going to take one of his most important wins of the season coming through Sunset Bend.
Kieran Harrison then out on the final corner. What a time to do it. He's flashing lights in jubilation. He knows what a huge win that is in round 1 of the day here in the Apex Racing League Touring Car Championship finale at Sebring. He knows that that is one step towards the championship. I don't know if there was a car on fire in the smoking possibly in the top 15. I'm not sure. It might have just been some dirt being kicked up, but it certainly looked like something was emitting from either the rear end or the wheels of one of the cars. That's Ricard Carlson, 32nd place, not what he needed after a dodgy Donington Park. And look at the state of the front of that Hell Racers car. It looks like he's been through hell of a...
I think one thing that will help Carlson is the fact that Ben Gregory was behind him, and also Mark Johnston was only 5 places ahead, and of course with the points in the series it's just 1 point per place, so that won't eat too much into the 50-point advantage that he had over Johnston going into this race meeting. But Nathan Davis, he finished 18th, so that might just thrust Davis back into the hunt for the Pro-Am Championship as well,
because he's going to start 3rd as well for race 2.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a big one. Jamie Rushworth's going to be on pole position. I think that's his first pole position of the season. Williams in 2nd place. Davies will be 3rd. Alex Simpson will be 4th. Michael Ebdocker is going to be 5th. So they're still fighting away here. That's Lee Berridge at lap down, I believe, in the boosted car, as he realises that the handbrake is still there. coming across the line. We've only got a couple of minutes then before this race, and of course, well, this is brought to you by SDK Gaming, VRS, and the Apex Racing Academy as well. And here's the finishing order for race 1, Adam.
Here we go then. It's Kieran Harrison that wins the first race of the day, and more importantly, takes the championship lead with maximum points for the HM Engineering car. Ross McFarlane finishes in second. Oscar Mangan and Carl Janssen will take the team's championship lead for Core Sim Racing as well, and make sure that the Drivers' Championship for Core Sim Racing is very much still on as well. Corentin Guinea in 5th, Dave Baker in his customary 6th place, Jack Cedric 7th, then it's Wojciech Savidovic and George Simmons collecting some useful points there that will mean that the team's championship does indeed roll on. There's the rest of the finishing order. Alex Simpson down there, you said it, in 17th. Nathan Davis, the highest Pro-Am driver in the field, finished 18th and means he'll be starting on the second row of the grid for race 2, behind Craig Williams and pole sitter Jamie Rushworth. Rickard Carlson, you mentioned it, down there in 32nd place. Mark Johnston, just ahead of his championship rival, just a couple of places. 27.32, that's 5. So we'll have gained 5 points on him there. Bobby Thompson down there in 37th place. Pete Newman, a few incidents for him there. He was in 31st place in the end. And Ross Balfour was 9 laps down, 43rd. No points for him. Hopefully, he will be able to get on the grid for race 2. I really do hope so.
There's no sign of him at the moment. I'm just going to look on the iRacing feed to just see if he's back in. No, throughput error before, and then I tell you what, if he loses this way, that is not going to be right at all. I do know that a couple of the internet providers have been having some issues actually this over the last couple of days. A couple of friends of mine have had some issues with their internet just going down with no reason, so I'm hoping that that's not afflicted Ross Balfour and that he can get back in, but it's not looking good. And I tell you what, Adam, without being too blunt, if he's not there within the next 30 seconds, he can probably kiss this title goodbye for what he's worked so hard for.
It's the worst possible way, isn't it?
Man.
Yeah. Because you haven't been involved in a crash or the engine hasn't blown or anything like that. You just can't get into the session. And to think of all the practice he probably would have done as well. He was here for the official practice session, but it looks like once again he's not going to be picking up points. I think we are ready, all set to go. Here we go. Here come
we are indeed. Race 2 of the night. Then Jamie Rushworth, the former champions, on pole position. What can he do? We'll find out now as the lights are off. The green flag waves then furiously in the gantry. Look at the start by Nathan Davies. My goodness.
The Welshman
take the lead. Brilliant.
Yeah, with the whole shot, and he's going to take the lead. But Williams isn't going to give it up, is he? Around the outside. It says watch this on the back of his car, but we're definitely watching him at the moment.
Simpson is in there. Simpson round the outside of Rushworth. Oh, he's balked by Williams, who rightly just tried to stay on the track there. It's tough through there when you go too wide. Oh, contact off. Rushworth and Williams, my goodness. Oh, again. Oh, it's going through big man. That's Jack Sedgwick off. Sedgwick's into the wall. He's back across the circuit. Oh, and they're very, very lucky that they didn't take him. That they didn't pile into him there.
Yeah, hold your breath moment there for both of them.
Brown trousers for, I think it was Mark Johnston possibly, who he came right across in front of Michael Evdoka and Alex Simpson battling for P2.
Important as well for Alex Simpson to get some points for Apex Racing team after the points gained by Core Sim Racing in race 1. He's trying to take some away here from Michael Evdoka.
Saying that though, Apex did have 3 cars finishing. Core only had 2 cars finishing. Up inside.
Done deal. Through he goes. And Matt Turnbull, I think, is going to follow him through. Turnbull going to get past his teammate on the exit of Tower. Simmons as well, making places in the early going.
Alex Simpson versus Nathan Davies could be quite interesting if that happens.
Spicy,
Oh,
yeah.
flying up the inside, it's Leitner. Surely he's going to make contact. He does not. Oh, the Hungarian absolutely sending it. Oh, he's hit him. He's hit Turnbull.
He turns Turnbull.
Oh.
And, well, that's Turnbull down to 16th place. Make that 17th after that. And Pure Sims won't be at all happy with that either. Here is Norbert Leitner then.
Look at that sea of Audis, mate. 3 wide into sunset nearly. Mate, Leitner's on a charge.
There's JB Maceda. We don't have a French track on iRacing yet, but oh, we do. We have Le Mans. Forget about that. Over the line.
Touche, mon frère. As oh, crashed into the wall at the background. In the background, I think it was Sean Gardner hitting the wall. The boosted car, sacre bleu indeed.
And there is a lot of blur on the track.
Oh, a HM Engineering car in the wall.
Harrison.
Is that Kieran Harrison?
It is.
It is Kieran Harrison, the championship leader, newly crowned. Oh, Ben Gregory's involved in a crash with Mark Johnston. It's all going to hell here. For these championship contenders, Cedric gets hit again. Must be wondering what on earth he's have to do.
Well, we'll have to sort out the maths soon. Harrison's been able to carry on.
Simpson's into the lead meanwhile. Sorry, Adam, to continue to butt in, but I mean, so much is happening. You can't keep track of it.
Simpson overtaking his former driver and is into the lead. Davis won't be too worried about that, of course, because his championship rival, Ricard Carlson's, all the way down in 25th. So big gains expected for Davis if he can keep it in the top 10.
There is the possibility that with 29 cars reversed for race 3, that advantage. Oh, off! Oh, it's very slow. Is Blackhole.
Oh, in the same corner.
One of the core cars was off, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh!
And he's off again. Janssen, and that's one of the Team Chimera cars. That is that's Trendle that's dropping down here.
Trundling. Janssen is wondering what on earth is going on. Guinea might be bundling Simmons out of the way in a minute. If who knows though? Simmons and Savinovic. Savinovic's had a good start. The 6-time champion is up to 8th position.
Trendle might be trundling into the pits.
No.
His car doesn't look like it in a good way. There's a lot of cars going by.
Unbelievable scenes though. Kieran Harrison, he's still going. He's in 25th place.
Oh, and I think yeah,
he's there in fact on our picture. 039.
Kidsley's car didn't look too stable there going for that final corner, but it looks like it's still pointing in a straight line.
It's better than his teammate Mark Johnston was earlier on.
Off.
It's Leitner as well. Oh, what's that?
Oh, I heard skidding.
Tim Doka.
Oh yeah, he's off. And he's rejoins in 5th place. So more issues there at turn 3 for the Pure Sims car.
You just hear the tyres squealing, couldn't you? From off of the camera shot. Simpson leads Davies by only 0.6 of a second. Good from Nathan Davies to hang on to the former iRacing World Championship driver. Say Alex Simpson, you know, top 6 finish in that championship he's had in races in the past. I think a top 10, I think 10th, 11th, something like that in the championship. So very high pedigree. All sorts of things going on. The Sedgwick's been off again, and as has Mark Johnston, and I imagine they've probably assisted each other there with that particular endeavour.
Well, we're about to find out what's going to happen. I wonder also what
maybe not
to Kieran Harrison.
Gardner and Johnston. Oh, absolutely wiping out Cedric. If Jack Cedric couldn't have had a worse time of it. If he'd have thought up how badly this could have gone, I don't think he would have thought that would have gone quite as badly as that. He was still in with a chance of the championship, especially after Balfour's issues. Oh, McFarlane! Where's Ross McFarlane gone? That could be his championship down the drain, and he was almost down the escape road.
Oh, he's off in the S's, in the Le Mans S's. And you don't often go off there by yourself. He's trying to do a 3-point turn to get going again. Here it is. Here's a replay. That's the Team Mad car there, 83. That's
Woodhouse.
inside Woodhouse. Oh,
Oh.
50-50.
Oh, and then he gets...
finished off by one of the Team Chimera cars. That would probably be Trendle, wouldn't it?
He tried to keep it. He tried to save it, didn't he? But as he was saving it, he just got the little nudge. Wojciech Svidovic just set the fastest lap, as he's actually on a real charge here. Svidovic up to 6th place. Great race for Apex Racing team. Really fantastic at the moment. Simpson's in the lead. Svidovic is in 6th. Simmons is in 7th. Off goes Hadfield. It might get better for Wojciech Svidovic. It does get better for Ivdoka though, Adam. He's up to 4th.
Well, that third corner's turning out to be lethal, isn't it? We've seen quite a few cars going off there in this one.
It's astonishing how many mistakes, how many driving mistakes we're getting here.
Ivdoka's a man on a mission, and watch out for his teammate as well, the Swift Cooper Esports car there of not Hadfield, is it? It's it is Hadfield.
Hadfield's the orange one.
Yeah. Hadfield's
Cooper is the yellow one.
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like it could be pretty close between the pair of them.
They banged wheel arches in the previous corner. Let's see who's going to be bravest into this 90-degree right-hander. Oh, it might have been a bit of a nudge there, you know. And I think Simmons has hit Svidovic as well, as Wojciech was trying to take advantage of that. Oh, this isn't going to be good. It's not going to be good. Oh, my word.
Small nudge through there.
This is
tower vent.
Very close, mate. It's kind of watching through the fingers stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, quite a lot at stake for Apex here as well. And up the inside goes Ivdoka, but it might be with a little, the slightest touch there.
Oh,
I think that was just
very good.
And is Hadfield going to have him back onto the back straight though? This is the fastest part of the circuit. Oh, it's going to be bump drafting territory. Look at this, as they're weaving about, he's trying to shake him off the back of him.
Get off me, he says. Unhand me, sir.
And here comes Svidovic trying to get involved. Where on earth is Hadfield going? He's going for the mother of all exits here, but there's no grip out there at all. And through goes pretty much the whole train.
It's going so far around Sunset Bend, the sun will be rising again by the time he gets around there, but he has done indeed. Just about, but he's lost out to...
Oh my goodness.
Oh! Collided with Simmons. He's going to collide with Svidovic.
Well, Wojciech's like, if you're sure, mate, I don't want my race to be taken out.
Yeah, I'm not going to get involved in that one, exactly. Oh, that's Baker, isn't it? Baker's up the inside of Svidovic here.
Not like
level with Guinea.
Watch out for the two Craig setup shop cars as well. They're about to appear on the scene too. Williams and Jason Sterney. Sterney's up 10 places from the starting spot.
There'll be flashing lights aplenty when Williams gets there, that's for sure.
Deploy lights, yeah.
What is the plane? The plane has the strobe light thing on it, doesn't it? Oh, there's somebody flashing lights. Cheeky. That is Guinea in 8th position. Simpson leads by 1.4 last lap, around 3/10 quicker than Nathan Davies. So he's got a comfortable advantage now as the man from Bedford.
Gonna have to do some maths, I think, during the break. Mangan is in 17th place. He's now second in the championship. Harrison is in 19th place. So only 2 points will be gained by Mangan on Harrison there after the first race of the evening.
But there weren't that many points between them in the first place. So that's going to be, it's going to be squeaky bum time, isn't it? When we get to the final 9 laps of the season. Coming to you shortly. When this race finishes, we will have a small break, 5 minutes or so. Small advert break, 5 minutes. There'll be a gap of 10 minutes or thereabouts between races as Hadfield. Oh, now he's got to fight a car that he can't see. Oh, and he clobbers him. That is probably down to the internet connection of Simmons, and that Hadfield probably just didn't have a clue where he was. He was already committed to the line, Adam. There wasn't a great deal he could have done.
If you're racing against someone with dodgy internet, more than likely that is the outcome. Here comes Corentin Guinea out on Wojciech Svidovic.
He's got a huge... Has he got
bent steer. I don't know. He was very sideways down that front straight. Gune up the inside.
He looks like.
Yeah,
Could he be crabbing very slightly? Maybe. Oh my!
I think he just got tapped down the front straight, but he's not giving it. It's not going to halt his pursuit, is it? He may have lost the place to go and think,
He's almost too close to him to actually do anything, Wojciech Swidovic.
Here comes Turnbull as well, on the outside. With the yellow mirrors.
Oh, this will be good for Turnbull if he can get around. Former champion. Swidovic, yeah, he does. Turnbull, a little bit of contact maybe. Turnbull's was fourth in the championship. Where did he finish in race 1? He finished in... Oh, he was like 20th, wasn't he? No, he was like 13th, Turnbull. So he lost a few points there, but might gain a couple here.
Yeah, 15th in race 1. Wojciech Swidovic was 8th in race 1. And here he is, back up in P8 in race 2. Not missing anything at the front. It's 1.7 seconds between Alex Simpson and Nathan Davis. A couple seasons ago, that would have been an Apex Racing 1-2. Here is Bobby Thompson then, and Dennis Neidhart, .exe Pro-Am Teams Championship leaders. And Swift Cooper Esports, the Swift Cooper Esports car, they're getting a little bit of sideways contact there. Here come the core cars. Oscar Mangan and Carl Janssen are arriving onto the scene. So much needed places up for grabs here for Mangan if he wants to try and distance himself and Harrison.
Mangan got a very good exit out of the S's, and Thompson was embroiled in his own little scrap. And he's now embroiled with the Irishman.
Door to door, that's pretty much fine. Janssen's going to get through as well. And also Simmons for that matter.
Simmons making hay then while he can. Recovering after the contact with earlier on, wasn't it? I've forgotten who that was with. Oh, Simmons is trying to cut back here. That's brave with an internet connection like that.
Oh, and it ends with Simmons going across the grass. I don't think he's going to hit him in rejoin. He's done a pretty good job there of merging back onto the track, not into the path of anyone. That was that old adage again of those two going side by side through turn 3, which is proving to be very difficult in this series at this track. There's Blackhall, who's in 21st place. Reverse grid number again, is it 29? Did we say for the final race of the day? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, reverse grid 29. So currently, as it stands, that would be Marcel Fritsch getting reversed onto pole position for the final race. There he is.
Harrison's just got past Turnbull as well, so that's important for Kieran Harrison to limit the damage. It may mean though, I don't think he's got a decent advantage going into the last race if we keep it clean.
Exactly. Yeah, just a couple of laps to go now in race 2.
Pete Newman certainly didn't keep it clean in the first race, did he? But he's doing okay this time around. Where did he start? He started in 31st. He's getting 4 places. Gregory's up from 41st, so it's very good from Gregory.
He could do with getting past Carlson, who isn't too far away. He's right there, in fact, and is about to be passed by Luke Kidsley here, going into the S's. Kidsley off the circuit. Very nearly rejoins into the path of, first of all, Carlson and then Gregory.
Well, that car looks like it's got withdrawal symptoms from substance abuse or something, maybe. He's shaking about so much. As up the inside goes, who's that? Neidhart.
Oh,
boy,
he was going to merge into the massive concrete barrier then on the inside.
It's so bumpy, this circuit, though. No wonder the cars are shaking around like anybody's business. I mean, it really is. Even if you get the same, even if you're on the same line 2 laps in a row, you'll hit a different bump, it seems.
Especially this final sector, the back straight and the front straight, probably the bumpiest of the whole lot. Gregory up the inside of Carlson, his championship rival. And he almost gets it done, but the Swede is able to hold on. And up the inside there goes Newman on Kidsley.
Oh, Newman.
Newman is not got a care in the world for the final race meeting of the season, and he is trying to get by the Hesketh racing car here with much vigour.
And as the sun comes out here, it also seems to be looking pretty sunny for Ricard Carlson as he's gaining places.
Gregory through, but of course Gregory's issues in race 1 mean that it won't be too many points gained on Carlson here in race 2.
Got to be 1 if he finishes where he is. That's Berridge hitting Neidhart. Pushes him out of the way.
Nearly collides with Marcel Fritsch, the WSC Racing Esports car.
Oh, a few issues there. Very close though in that pack. Docker and Hadfield still fairly close for 4th and 5th. 7th, 8th and 9th is still up for debate, and 10th with Turnbull, Savinovic, Baker, Leitner. This is Davies now under pressure from Jason Cooper. Cooper maybe was thinking about a title challenge at the start of this season. It's not really materialised for him, Adam.
It's a shame really, because last season he was really good, wasn't he? For the most part of the season. And driving for a different team back then. He was driving for Automech. Nathan Davis then, how much do you put up a fight here? Of course, second place would be great. But also
five extra points.
And to be fair, that is quite a lot compared to the rest of the field, where of course it's 1 point per place.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth trying to fight Cooper. Now, one thing Nathan has done is he's certainly mellowed his driving style out quite a bit in the last year or two. I wouldn't have been super confident with him keeping it clean with Cooper a while back, put it this way, but now I think it's fair game. I think he should just race how he will and just try to avoid anything major. Alex Simpson is halfway around the final lap of the race, and it'll cap off what's been a good return to the championship for Alex. Really, he's had quite a lot of crazy bad luck and a couple of mistakes here and there, but he's won. I think this is his 3rd win of the season, is it? I think, off the top of my head.
Not as many races to remember this season, is there? After the after the shortening of the season, I think you are right there.
Cooper's trying everything he knows, but there's only really going to be one major overtaking place now, and that's going to be in Sunset Bend. Here it is, Alex Simpson though, mate, and he's coming through the S's for the last time.
Taking in his stride here, really, isn't he? Not taking too much of the curbs, just caressing the Audi through the final few corners. Of course, he does own one, or he did the last time I saw him. Thompson dropping down the order, it looks like, but it looks like he's going to cruise home to victory. But what about this fight for second place? Davis, never mind the white line defining the track limits, he's putting his car right up to the wall as here comes the former iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series driver.
Well, here we go then, final corner for Alex Simpson. He comes to the line then, and he's going to take a very important win in terms of the team's championship, and very important win for himself and the drivers as well. Alex Simpson wins here at Sebring. Jason Cooper in 2nd place. He does it ahead of Davies, so just pips the Welshman by 0.04 of a second on the line. Did Nathan Davies. This is Kidsley and Berridge coming to the line there as well, and Lee Berridge just getting in front. I'm so happy that Alex has got himself a win though, Adam, on my last meeting, and it's great to call that.
Great job from Alex, really good job. Jack Sedgwick coming across the line in 38th place in the end. Reverse grid pole does go to Darius Neidhart, so the .exe car will be on pole with George Simmons in set to start in P2 for Apex Racing Team. That could once again be incredibly important for the team's championship.
It could indeed. going to get the results of, well, the session's changed over, hasn't it? So we can't, oh, we can show the results. There we go. Alex Simpson wins, then Jason Cooper in second, ahead of Nathan Davies, Michael Evdoka in fourth, Adam Hadfield in fifth, Coron Tangine in sixth, then Matt Turnbull, then Wojciech Svidovic, David Baker in ninth, and Norbert Leitner in 10th. Then the two Craig setup shop cars, Williams and Staney, Neidhart in 13th, and Mangan Janssen. It's a solid result for Coron. It puts him in a decent spot for the reverse grid. Kieran Harrison 16th. He'll be starting 13th for the final round of the season. Could claim his first title. Jake Blackhall in 17th, Damien Harrison 18th, Simon Trendle in 19th, then Jamie Wilson, Bobby Thompson in 21st, and then Mark Woodhouse. Ben Gregory beats Ricard Carlson, but only by 1 place, so the Swede has the advantage still going into the final round of the championship. Lee Berridge in 25th, and Luke Kidsley 27th for Pete Newman. Josh Simmons in 28th after some contact. Darius Neidhart 29th, Marcel Fritsch 30th. 31st for Simon Field, 32nd for Rushworth, and then Ward and McFarlane 34th place for him. Marius Breuer brought his .exe car home in 35th. 36th for Mark Johnston, 37th for Sean Gardner. Jack Sedgwick was in the wars, 38th. He still scored points though, but I think his title hopes are over. John Roberts in 39th. Baron Glover 40th is the last one who scores. Kip Stevens was in the race, but only retired with 2 laps behind. And JB Masida and Ross Balfour, sadly, heartbreakingly, Adam, did not take the start.
Yeah, unlucky for, as we've said quite a few times for Ross Balfour. If he could have made it out for race 2, the championship could still have been on for him, but unfortunately, once again, another zero pointer means that his championship hopes are almost certainly all but over if he does make it into the field for race 3.
Yeah, indeed. And well, we're going to step aside and take a little break here for the final time this season, but we'll be back in about 5 minutes time when round 3 continues and the final race of the 2020 Apex Racing League Touring Car Championship. Welcome back to the ARLTC here at Sebring, the final race of 2020. What a crazy year it's been. Andrew Woodhouse, Adam Bath with you, and Sam Kumo on the camera's final race for me as a commentator in this series. So let's make it a good one out there. Darius Neidhart is on pole position. Adam, the Am drive.
He's got into a habit, hasn't he, of getting some poles. Jeremy Rushworth. He's back on the pole again for this one. Sorry, Darius Neidhart. Yeah, he's on pole for race 3. George Simmons in 2nd. Then it's Pete Newman in 3rd. Luke Kidsley in 4th. Berridge in 5th. Ricard Carlson starting in 6th place. Really important for the championship, of course, Carlson, because his lead has shrunk somewhat over the last 2 races. Big guys to watch out for then. Matt Turnbull in 23rd place. He still has an outside chance of the championship. Oscar Mangan starting in 16th. He's only 14 points away from Kieran Harrison, who's starting just behind him. That's all you need to know. Here come the lights.
All right, here we go. The final race of the season is underway here at Sebring. Oh, tremendous start by Simmons. Brilliant. And Newman gets away very well. It's a terrible start for Neidhart. He's already down to 5th. He might even lose a place to Carlson. Going into the first corner then for the last time tonight, and he sweeps round the outside, does George Simmons, and keeps that advantage. So brilliant start by Simmons. Here comes Luke Kidsley having a look on Pete Newman. Sideways is Berridge, and that's hit Kidsley. Kidsley's off, and Harris has gone into Neidhart. Neidhart's turned into Woodhouse. Woodhouse is off onto the grass. The Craig Stelmshop car has been hit as well. There's a melee here, absolute melee in the infield section, Adam. I can't even follow it. There's too many cars off.
I think Harrison might have been involved in it. He just had nowhere to go in all of it, I believe.
Svinovic has got broken. Has he got broken steering? Wojciech Svinovic, car looks a bit of a state. Oh, it might be crabbing, you know. I don't know.
Whatever it is.
Tough.
Yeah. Looks
alright. Neidhart's been hit again. Down at the hairpin. Oh, I've seen somebody get hit so many times after he's been on pole position.
He's been forced out of the picture, hasn't he? Down to 39th place.
Dodgy rejoin as well. But here we go. This is what happened to Neidhart.
39 in front of him.
Oh, he looked like he lost the rear and then ended up going across. I think, was it Turnbull? Evdoka maybe. That he ended up cutting across. Yeah, it is Evdoka, car 989. Started 26th, Evdoka. He's only up to 15th. Simmons leads by half a second. Gregory is still ahead of Carlson then. What's the points gap between those two? Adam, did you manage to get that in the interval?
Carlson finished behind, Gregory finished behind Carlson in race 1 and only just finished ahead of him in race 2, so I've classed him down as not too important.
Probably over 50 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would say is the difference between those two. It says Mark Woodhouse has crashed. His championship is over, unfortunately.
Comes Carlson then doing what he needs to do in terms of the Pro-Am fight. He's still got the lead and he's got about 20 points or so in hand just as well as that.
It's Nathan Davies, isn't it? It's his main competition after the second or third place in the previous round.
He's going wheels to wheel with Gregory then. Over the line to complete the first lap. It's Simmons that leads.
Slow down for Michael, I think. Adam, sorry. Into the pits comes a Craig Stelmshop car as well.
Carlson. And here come the core cars. That's Carlson, that's Janssen and Oscar Mangan as well. Trying to gain some places on Harrison, and the gap is about 14 points between them. And of course, the higher you get up the field, the more the points are, and also the more difference there is between places. So Mangan's trying to get up inside the top 10.
At the minute, Carl Janssen is kind of like the fullback in American football. Mangan is the running back. Janssen's trying to punch a hole through the line to try and get the Irishman forward towards the front of the field. Kieran Harrison, 12th place at the moment. What's the points gap, Adam? Did you say it was?
It's 14 points going into this race.
Points. So at the moment,
Mangan goes into 7th place.
It's not quite enough for Mangan. He's 5 places ahead of Harrison.
Yeah. So Mangan.
Oh, off. And that's a place, that's going to be a place for Harrison. I think Thompson is off. I think Carlson is off as well. He's on the grass, Kieran Harrison. Oh! That's the championship flashing before his eyes there.
We've got the Pro and the Pro-Am Championship leaders here fighting for places on the track as Harrison goes through and up into 11th. That would be 77 points for him. Oscar Mangan will be currently getting, with his 8th place, 80 points. So there will be a 3-point swing, and that will still be enough for Harrison to take the title. There's problems for Gregory. Gregory's losing a lot of places.
Yeah, and that's another place for Mangan and another place for Harrison.
Yes.
So Mangan will be getting 82 points now. Harrison, well, he'll have gained 1 more point to what he was on before.
Yeah, he's on 78 now. So Mangan, you're 82. So that'll be 4 points in it between the two of them. So it's coming down a bit.
Just remember as well, we said they are used to elongated counting here in Florida, but it won't take. These are just provisional results. We do have to say they should be okay, but you never know. It's however it is with the protests. They can be filed, and you know, if the stewards deem fit, they will have to give penalties out. Lee Berridge dropping down, and that's the place for Mangan. 2 more points.
So that'll be him on to 84 points now, as opposed to there's watch out for Berridge and Bobby Thompson.
Harrison just needs to watch out here. He just needs to really, really watch out. And he got away from Thompson there. Thompson was on the grass. Didn't know whether that car was just going to spear across the circuit right into him and end his day, end his season, not in the way he wanted. Up the inside into the right-hander goes Harrison. On Lee Berridge, he's still there alongside as the boosted car.
Berridge doesn't care who he's battling here. He wants to try and keep his spot in the top 10. Harrison going for into the tower bench, is he? Oh no, and watch out for the Dottie XE car.
He almost just left his nose in there, didn't he? A bit like Danik Fiat and Lance Stroll the other day. Just left the nose in, hanging there. Now, where's Mangan? He's up to 6th. He's right on Simon Trendle. Let's have a look and see what the Irishman is doing, because it's literally a race to the front for these guys, isn't it, Adam? It's whoever can get there, and for Mangan, it's putting as many cars between he and Kieran Harrison as possible.
Yeah, and I think, is he just going to try and do that? Trendle trying to send it around the outside there, but there's surely not enough grip out there. He's going to try and make it work.
It's not a lot of grip, but it might be enough to at least stay alongside Mangan. Mangan is up to 5th at the moment. Across the line, he does register 5th place, but can he keep it? Behind them is Jake Blackall.
That Team Chimera car was very twitchy into the first corner and does have the inside line and will take 5th place back, but Mangan, he should, but Mangan trying to go around the outside here. We haven't seen too many cars go through here side by side and it work out.
No, we haven't. Oh, this is nervy for Oscar Mangan as he tries to win his first ARLTC.
He's got, flanking him behind him, car 97, Jake Blackall, who had a good quali, then race 1 and race 2 weren't too kind to him.
Now, Mangan, if he wins the championship, will be the first Irish winner of the championship. We've had Jamie Flukes won a Winter Series title, a Northern Irishman. Wojciech Svidovic has lived in Ireland for many years, so his titles have come from Dublin. But Mangan, will be the first one on the Emerald Isle.
Don't want to assume yet, so I'm waiting to see if Mangan does get the place finally nailed.
Harrison is there, look.
Yeah, ready to pounce, and he's up into 8th place, hasn't he? He's got past Neidhart, so that's
of course,
more points.
Of course, if he finishes ahead of Mangan, that's it, done and dusted.
Yeah, it's all back to 10th again, isn't it? Here comes Mangan. He can see right behind him the HM Engineering car of Harrison. Up the inside, there's the youngster through the Le Mans complex.
This battle has been going on for a lap between Mangan and Trendle side by side. finally Mangan is through.
Into 5th.
He's doing what he needs to do.
So that'll be
He's
86 points.
He's now 3 seconds behind Damien Harris, Adam.
He'll gain 6 points on Harrison as it stands, but yeah, he's got a lot of time to catch up now with half the race still to go. He's going to have to start putting in the lap
crash,
times.
I think.
Oh, I thought at first
Berridge,
second
I think.
Davis, but he's all right.
Berridge has crashed. There he is.
Oh, on the back straight of all places.
A couple of others might have been involved in that too. Lee Berridge, let's see.
Carlson's just in front of us.
Oh, he's not going to chop across.
Jack Sedgwick there in front.
Is he going to Grosjean himself nearly?
Oh my.
Oh, almost. He's gone the other way though, into the wall hard. I thought he was going to do what Grosjean did last week and sort of just chop across the front and get quarter panelled essentially. Harrison trying to get past Trendle. Can't quite at the moment. Great to see Roman Grosjean back in the paddock today, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic, even if he does have Mickey Mouse hands, as he said. There's nothing Mickey Mouse about what he did last week, though. Goodness me. Very, very lucky boy, but we're all super, super happy to see that he's relatively unscathed. And that is a miracle, really. Harrison, well, Mangan needs a miracle, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, as it stands, the gap will be down to 8 points, as it stands.
Is there anyone else in this fight? Realistically, I think Turnbull is, but he's behind both of these two, isn't he?
Yeah, that's it. Turnbull went into this final race as the really big outsider. He was 35 points behind Harrison. Sorry, 25 points behind Harrison going into this final race. So he needed to pretty much win to gain that amount of points.
Yeah, and he's doing the best he can. He started in 23rd.
Carlson was very lucky there. Carlson was very lucky. He was in the background of the shot, and that incident pretty much unfolded around him, and he was able to carry on there.
Oh, Jason Cooper's off on the grass on the back straight.
Here comes Kieran Harrison, and also Jake Blackcall and Simon Trendle. He might be able to get 2 places for 1 here. He's definitely going to get 1, Harrison, up the inside. Through he goes on Jake Blackcall, so that's Harrison up to 7th for 1 more point gained.
Yeah, it was a little bit of the bobbly for Blackcall, wasn't it, out there? Really suffering on the bumps. He tried the long way around. It's just too much dirt and rubbish out there. There's marbles, there's dust, there's everything discarded by these cars over the race meeting. At the front, by the way, it's not as important. I mean, it's important for the team's championship, of course. For Apex Racing, I guess. George Simmons is leading the way by 0.6 of a second over Pete Newman. Newman having a much better outing in this one than he had certainly in race 1. But yeah, Newman in P2. Janssen in P3 is 1 second clear of Damien Harris. Mangan's 4 seconds behind Harris now, Adam. So that's going to be a difficult one, isn't it, for him, I think, at this point.
Might be relying on things unfolding behind here, and his situation's not going to get much better because, yeah, here comes Harrison for 6th.
We're seeing a fantastic second half of the season being put together by Kieran Harrison, aren't we, Adam? We had in the first few rounds of the season, he was, you know, we've harped on about it so much, he's probably sick of it. He was fastest in practice nearly all the time as Blackall goes sideways and almost collects. Neidhart does collect Thompson. Thompson is off, and he is onto the grass there. He might be able to. Oh, he's going to wait for all that lot to go around, I think. But yeah, Harrison, he was getting the practice times in. Adam, he had the pace, even as a rookie, but he's just put together the results, and it's been a special performance in his rookie season.
Really has. It's come on amazingly in the second half of the campaign, putting that form in practice and qualifying into strong results in race 2 and race 3, because that's what you've got to do to win the ARLTC. It's all well and good being good in qualifying in race 1, but then when the reverse grid comes into the equation, you've got to make sure you get the points on the board. And of course, HM Engineering, a new team for this season as well, coming at it with some fresh eyes, some inexperience as well, and they've really taken to it well here. In the Audi as well.
You know
And
what, as well, I think, oh yeah, it's learning to navigate your way through, isn't it? But you know, it's been a really good performance so far. He's not out of the woods yet. He's got to finish the race, but at the moment he's doing precisely what he has to do as the sun sets here over Florida. Sebring circuit, and it's been a nice change of pace to have this track as the final meeting. I think, Adam, it's provided some good action, and you know, this is one that you always think is probably not going to have as much passing as we actually get here.
Yeah, I think the year Sebi Job won here, it was the penultimate round before we went off to Daytona for the season showdown. There, sideways. That was a Lord Leitner.
And into Wojciech Svidovic, I think.
Yeah, he just clipped the back of him.
I think it turned him into a bit of a spin. Svidovic looking for points for the team's championship, of course. Where's Alex Simpson in all this? He's in 16th place. 29th he started, so pretty good run for him. Ross McFarlane has been valiant all the way through this season. He really has. 34th on the grid. He's up to 14th. He's not going to win the title today, but it could well be still a top 5 in the championship. I think he'll be pleased with that indeed. The race win's still up for grabs as well. Simmons looks like he's got a fairly comfortable situation, but it's not quite over just yet, as Hadfield is trying to keep it ahead of Craig Williams. Strong performance from Ricard Carlson as well, 15th place. Adam, looking like he's on the way to the AM title, but again, it's not done and dusted. They need to finish, these guys, don't they? As Newman's got it actually within 0.3 of a second at the front, but Trendle, he's under pressure from Turnbull and David Baker.
Very close now with 2 laps to go. New fastest lap of the race from Kieran Harrison. So he's really
right with Mangan now.
Well, yeah, just 0.4 of a second between them. Make that 3 actually. Those two, the two championship contenders are going to be separated by not much in the end in the table or on the track, as Trendle goes around the outside of Dave Baker. Baker's going to throw it back up the inside, and around the outside goes the Team Chimera car, and he should just about be clear. Carlson's still ahead of Davis, so it looks like the AM category is going to be heading to Sweden as it stands for the Hell Racers team.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? It's pretty cool.
Siri thinks I'm talking to him. There is Simmons.
There is only 2 laps to go. Yeah, there is, and Simmons, well, 0.3 ahead. Newman's coming on strong at the end. What is going to happen? Who's going to take the honours? Well, we think we know, but you never quite know. Remember 2015, the final lap can decide much, as we've seen before.
Yeah, it was lap traffic that decided the 2015 title. It was so good. I wrote a piece about it for one of my assignments at uni.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very, very good indeed. And I'll never forget that one. George Simmons, he's trying to weave a little bit. He's trying a little bit of the Vitaly Petrov. Try and stay ahead.
Be great for Pete Newman and Freedom UK to end the season with a win. He's going to have 1 lap at it. And of course, George Simmons' internet isn't the best, so
he's close.
He will have to be wary.
Yeah, wheel-to-wheel racing is going to be quite interesting. Here we go, the final lap of the season in the ARLTCR. Simmons and Newman just 2 minutes 15 seconds away from the checkered flag, and it will be vital for Apex Racing for George Simmons to win this race, because Mangan and Janssen, you know, they're still there. Balfour not scoring any points tonight though. That may swing the balance in favour of Apex Racing, but we'll see. Wojciech Svidovic in 20th. He needs to try and make some positions up from there if he can. He might get. He's got an opportunity, maybe one more, if he can. Coming onto the back of the circuit, then, Adam. This is one of the few tight braking points on the track.
It's interesting that this right-hander, even though it does present itself as an overtaking spot, it is quite difficult to get it done because the track switches left so quickly. So from going on the inside, you're all of a sudden back on the outside again. This right-hander tower, if you do send it, you can sometimes get it done. It isn't the widest corner in the world, but Newman is closing the gap down. This could go all the way down to Sunset Bend.
Yeah, it could indeed. Kieran Harrison still in 6th place, just one position behind Oscar Mangan. We think he's going to win the championship as it stands. But this is the battle for the race win for the final time in 2020. George Simmons, Apex Racing, Pete Newman for free. He's going to get the slipstream here, Newman. He's won races in the past in this series. Been a title contender. Can he contend into Sunset Bend?
The sun sets on the season then. Oh, he does have a little look at the inside. Oh, is he going to go for it?
Ooh, almost runs into him. Can he get the exit, Newman? I don't think he can. George Simmons, it's going to come through. It's going to be 2 race victories for Apex Racing team tonight. And George Simmons takes the spoils here at Sebring. Pete Newman in 2nd, Carl Janssen is 3rd, 4th for Damien Harris, but in 6th, coming across the line, flashing the lights, is Kieran Harrison, who we believe is the 2020 Apex Racing League Touring Car Champion in his rookie season, Adam.
Rikard Karlsson comes across the line, and we believe he's done what he needs to do to be the ARLTC Pro-Am Drivers Champion as well. Another rookie.
Yeah.
A rookie driver, 2 rookie drivers, 2 rookie teams, both coming into the Audi and taking home the spoils on their first campaign in the championship. Well, what an achievement for both of them.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff for HM Engineering as well. I hope they stick around because they've been fantastic. I hope Kieran Harrison sticks around for many seasons to come. And he's shown that pace, like we said, but he's also shown fantastic awareness and maturity and poise in the latter race of the season. You know, he came on so strong at the end of the season, Adam, that I think even with a showdown, I think he would still won the championship.
Just because of how good he was in
at the
end of the season. Yeah, that's for sure. Also a bit of housekeeping in the teams championships. It's one very familiar face that has wrestled back the teams championship. Believe that off the top of my head from the results, and of course in the teams championship, only the top 2 drivers count in it across the races. I believe that's enough for Apex Racing team to take the teams championship back. Might need clarification on that. There is the team principal Alex Simpson, and in the AM category, I believe it will be .exe in their rookie year in the ARLTC as well, that will be taking home the AM title ahead of Free Spires Motorsports. So good job there from Darius Neidhart, and also Marius Breuer as well.
You know, the phrase changing of the guard is used quite often, and sometimes it's used a bit prematurely, but I think we're seeing that in this series. Look at the champions. You know, Harrison, rookie. Karlsson, rookie. .exe, rookie team. It really is. It really has been a year of a season of these new guys coming in and not only taking it to the established stars, Adam, but defeating them.
In the past, we've got to the final few races. What was it? A couple of seasons ago, Wojciech Svidovic was getting 13 wins in a season. Granted, that was, of course, with the extended season. Of course, we were running for 9 months, but there were times during the season where you knew he would get at least one race winner meeting, and in fact I think we were surprised when we would look back at the stats and find race meetings where he didn't get a win in a race meeting. That just shows you how things have changed so much this campaign, and even with a slightly shorter season, I think we haven't had too many race winners. So yeah, the future is really bright for the ARLTC as the floodlights and the fireworks and the donuts start to begin in the pit lane.
This championship is as good as any in the world. I don't care what you're talking about, PESC, F1 Esports, VCO, whatever. The competition here, the driving, the tight nature of it, the overtaking, you cannot find a better series than this, and it's only getting better. It's getting to the point, Adam, honestly, where the quality of, especially the top half of the field, is up there with anything that we see anywhere.
Good luck, mate, for next.
Oh, potentially, yeah.
Potentially, yeah. You and me both, maybe.
Oh dear.
Well, here is the finishing order then, from the final round of the campaign, as the last of the natural light disappears. George Simmons wins, 2 wins for Apex Racing Team tonight. 4 tenths of a second ahead of Pete Newman. It was very nearly a win for Newman in his final race of the season. Carl Janssen gets a core car onto the podium. Will that be enough for the team's championship? I'm not too sure. Damien Harris for Fiercely Forward. He was around on lap 1 of race 1, but he managed to get P4 in the end, one of Fiercely Forward's best results of the season. Oscar Mangan in P5, it just wasn't enough in the end for the title. However, to be fair, going into this final race meeting, it looked like it was going to be his teammate Ross Balfour that was going to take it. So to be within a couple of points at the end isn't too bad for Oscar Mangan, especially in his first full season in this series. Kieran Harrison then is the champion, finishes in that magic 6th place, but this time it wasn't Dave Baker that finished there. He finished in 7th. 8th for Matt Turnbull, 9th for Simon Trendle. Team Chimera as well, another worthy addition this season. They've proven their worth. And Jake Blackall completing the top 10, a solid end to the season for him. 11th for Corentin Guinea for HM Engineering. Came in mid-season and has been right up there ever since. Dennis Neithart for .exe. They should be the Pro-Am team's champions. There's Ross McFarlane. The number 1 won't be on his car next season, but he wasn't too far away from taking the honours going into the final race of the season. Ben Gregory 14th, Alex Simpson a win for the 99 car tonight. Rickard Carlson, Pro-Am Drivers Champion, from what we understand, in 16th place. Jamie Rushworth, the pole sitter, oh no, he wasn't the pole sitter. Ignore that. Yeah, he finished in 17th place in the end.
He was in race 2.
There we go. I wonder why I saw that somewhere.
I don't know.
I think it's because I was doing the sorting the points, and I think I had my iRacing sim set to race 2. Yeah, so I was reading off that. But yeah, Jamie Rushworth, he was on pole in race 2. He finishes 17th here in race 3. Simon Field, returning to the series, finishes in 18th. 19th, Adam Hadfield, and Wojciech Savidovic, the former champion, in 20th. Did get tapped around late on. Nathan Davis, a solid evening, and if there was one more meeting left, it would have really meant that the Pro-Am Drivers' Championship would have gone right down to the wire. But instead, he finishes runner-up there. Mark Johnston, he was also in with a shout going into the final race meeting, but the race results for him didn't help him too much. Marius Breuer, 23rd, Sean Gardner, then Darius Neidhart, Marcel Fritsch in 26th, Jason Cooper in 27th, Mark Woodhouse in 28th place, Robert Leitner, the Hungarian, in 29th, John Roberts, 30th, Toby Ward in 31st, Baron Glover, the American, at his home race in 32nd, and Bobby Thompson, Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera, and then the cars that didn't finish the race. Craig Williams, 2 laps down, Jack Sedgwick, 4 laps down. Not too sure what happened to Jack to see him that far down the order. Oh, wait, we did see him around, didn't we? We saw him around in the S's. Yeah, quite a few times. Lee Berridge off into the wall on the back straight, 5 laps down. Michael Evdoka, 8 laps down, and a lot of cars involved in issues on the opening lap. Luke Kidsley, Jason Sterney, Kip Stevens, I don't think took the start. JV Masida, I don't think either, and there he is. I think he might have the number 3 on his car next season. But for Ross Balfour going into this race meeting as a championship leader to have a technical issue, internet issue, or disconnect, we should say, hindering his involvement tonight, that is going to be tough to take. So yeah, he finishes down in 43rd, and that concludes the runners and riders from this season's ARLTC in the final race of the season at Sebring.
I'm gutted for Ross Balfour. You know, it's one thing to lose the title through your own mistakes or through even some bad luck out on the track, but not to just not even get the chance to fight. Especially with the lead he had, as I had a big lead. You know, it's easy for me to say, oh, that's how it goes sometimes, but you cannot, you know, you cannot predict what's going to happen. I once had my internet cut off the day before a World Championship qualifying race, you know, so where I was quite nicely placed. So, you know, you've got, it can happen, it shouldn't happen, but like any technical failure in motorsport, Adam, it can rear its ugly head when you least expect it. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a word with some drivers. We've got plenty. We've got a gaggle of drivers in the waiting room. So we're going to get a word with Kieran Harrison, dragging him away from that committee meeting in the interview channel, no doubt. Kieran, congratulations, mate. We believe, obviously provisionally, that you are the 2020 Apex Racing League Touring Car Champion.
I hope so. I really wasn't sure myself. The end, I knew it was going to be closer to me and Oscar. I think the first thing we have to say is commiserations to Ross Balfour. This was his to lose. It's terrible, terrible luck on the last round of the season for his internet to go out. But yeah, I guess I was there to pick up the pieces.
Going into the final races, then, I mean, did you know that Ross was out before the first race, or were you just sort of so focused on your own race that you didn't notice?
Well, I saw he disconnected in qualifying, and then well, I did check, and I saw that he'd never got back in the session. And I think he put a message in the chat after race 1. I saw that. So yeah, I just drove it like normal, pushing as hard as I can without taking too much risk. Yeah, hopefully it's enough pending penalties.
We're just seeing you get absolutely battered around on lap 1. What was that like?
Tell you what, both the start in, well, it was lap 2 in race 2, and then the start of race 3. My heart can't take the stress of the carnage that happens when you start in the reverse grids. Like, I got battered around in both races. Fortunately, I got away with no damage, so I was able to come back anyway, but that could have gone so wrong so quickly.
Do you think you'd have been in trouble with the new damage model there? Because it looked like you got hit 2 or 3 times, and you got hit again down at the hairpin by a spinning car. So
yeah, definitely would have been in trouble with it. I remember the first round of the season. I think somebody just tagged my rear left, and my wheel fell off. So
well, dear.
This race, and it was then. So I have no doubt I'd have been in trouble.
All 4 wheels still attached, and I guess you can say that was the key, right? But how does it feel? Because coming into a championship like this, I don't know if you'd watched any of it beforehand or you knew much about the championship before you came into it, but surely you thought you were in for a fight, but did you expect it to be quite like it was?
Yeah, I must admit, I knew coming in how tough it was going to be. As soon as I saw the entry list, there's so many quick guys in here, and I've had experience with most of the guys before, so I knew what I was up against. And yeah, no way did I expect to be at the top by the end, at the start of the season. Early in the season, I started to have some pace. I kind of started to believe, but I had some penalties that brought me back. And Balfour had the big lead coming into today, so I genuinely didn't believe I could win it coming into today, barring something terrible happening to Ross. Unfortunately, it did.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, congratulations to you, congratulations to the team for a fantastic first season. Who do you want to thank for that being possible?
Yeah, so I'd like to thank, first of all, you guys, Apex Racing TV, Apex Racing League, for running it. Of course, my family and friends for supporting me all season long. And of course, my team, HM Engineering, and my teammates throughout the season. We've had Fraser Smith, Norbert Leitner, Corentin Guinness, and Vlad Kimichev joined us for a few races too.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, Adam. Is there anything for Kieran before we let the champ go?
May have asked it already. What are your plans for next season? Are you out to defend the title?
I'm gonna try.
There we go. Maybe watch out for this guy that's alongside me on the track.
Oh, heck.
Next season.
Only when I'm being lapped.
Hey,
Potentially, but there you go. We'll see what happens.
there you go. Yeah. Well done for myself as well, Kieran. Yeah, great job this season.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cheers, Kieran. Thanks very much for coming to chat to us. Right, let's get. Where's Alex? There is Alex. Got to find Alex Simpson, who's had a very successful night, and he's with Adam.
Alex Simpson, hello.
Hello, chaps.
Well, it's like the old days here. Us three back in the commentary box again, and a win for yourself as well to end the season. And from what we understand, help Apex Racing Team get the team championship back as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think my season and a lot of the guys, we just didn't go particularly great, and so we were just keeping a little eye on the team's championship, and Core come on strong at the end there, and we just needed to do what we needed to do in that final race just to try and hold on to it. I mean, it's all provisional, isn't it? There's protests and all sorts of stuff. 22 points, it could easily swing the other way, so I'm not counting chickens yet.
Yeah, maybe not just yet. But what about this season in terms of some of the new teams and the new drivers that have come into the ARLTC? They've made an already really competitive series just that little bit more competitive.
I mean, like you say, it's always been a fairly competitive series, but it really has stepped up. I mean, I know there's been conversations I've had with people throughout the league, and they were saying, any one of 15 people could potentially get a win in race one at one point in the season. It was just that close. It was crazy. It's nice to see we just keep attracting, new talent, and it was nice that Kieran jumped in. Obviously, we hadn't seen him, and he was really fast right out the bat, and it looked like he was going to be a championship contender, and then it kind of went away a little bit, and he clawed it back right at the end to make it quite a story. So congrats to him.
And aside from race 2, it looked like you were right in the thick of the action tonight, and of course George Simmons helping to get a double win for the team as well.
Yeah, I mean, Sebring, it's always a fun track to race at. The RS3 is pretty fun over bumps and curbs and stuff like that, so it doesn't mind this circuit too much. And it just makes for good racing. Sebring, I've always enjoyed it. I used to hate it until I was forced to drive it in, I think, the World Championship one time in the F331, and I was like, do you know what? It's actually a nice track. And from there on, I've enjoyed every meeting that I've had here. So it was nice to end here and under the lights and things like that. I think if you have any circuit that isn't, Daytona or a traditional final round, this is well worthy of taking that spot. And
us three, we started out with you never ever thinking of getting in the touring car, but then the Audi arrived onto the scene, and here you are, a couple seasons into the ARLTC now. You had that run at the title a couple of years back, and ending the season off with a win.
Yeah, like I say, happy with that. I mean, I enjoy the car. It's my racing is not quite what it used to be. It's a bit of enjoyment on the Thursday night, and I'm hoped to sort of keep that in place. It's just my little out now that I have. Just too busy to sort of focus on it like I used to do. So. I enjoy the series. Like you say, the close racing, you're not really going to find that in any official racing on iRacing that's quite the same. You know who you can race, you know who you can't, who you've got to give a bit of room with, and that's just what makes league racing all the more fun, and why I think I'll be back.
And just your thoughts on we saw quite a few new tracks have been announced from iRacing. Which of those stand out to you? I think Red Bull Ring, Hungaroring, Hockenheim, and maybe even Not Kill as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a fan of Hockenheim. I mean, I would prefer it if it
You were super
old.
quick there, mate.
Old
Super quick.
classic. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, back in the old console F1 days. I mean, it's a fun track in its new layout. I mean, I preferred the old, the super fast one and stuff like that. So it would be amazing if like iRacing threw a little curveball like they did with some of the Monza stuff and said, do you know what, we've made it anyway. But yeah, I mean, I like the Hungaroring. That's that's fun. That'll be good. And any road course actually that you're going to throw onto the service, just it's going to attract more members and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll be good. I look forward to giving them a blast. I mean, I've never driven Not Kill in my life, so who knows?
Boing.
Oh, boing. Yeah. Woody, any words for Alex before we let him dash?
Yeah, man. Congratulations, mate. Good to have you back in the booth for tonight. Yeah, just thank you, mate. For all you've done for me personally. The last so many years, and you were part of our little journey with Adam and everything. At the start of this series when we came into it. So no, just basically say well done. Lots of love to you, mate. And yeah, thanks for being part of it.
No, thank you guys. It's always a pleasure to chill out and watch the race back. And it's been a good season. I've enjoyed hearing you guys back in the booth. And Woody, if your little text message was right, I'm going to see you on track. So that'll be fun too.
Yeah, if I can get a spot,
Okay.
Everybody's going to hear this and be like, no, we're going to ban this guy from the championship. But no, yeah.
There'll be a petition to get you in, mate. That's for sure.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun watching you out there tonight. It's good to see you end with the bubbly, mate. The bubbly.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
we better
congratulations on the teams championship as well.
we've got to get the shout outs in, I think, Alex, now.
Yeah, well,
I think we might have already done it for you.
yeah, quite possibly, but I'll run through them again. So to all the Apex Racing League admins, the old guard from this series as well. So Dave Baker, Jamie Rushworth as well. They've been instrumental in running that as well. George, Sam, Lee, and there's a few new guys that have jumped in as well. Some of them found it tough going with the stewarding and the protests and stuff like that. So I really appreciate everyone putting in the effort to kind of go through that and spend their time to do that. To the whole broadcast team, all of you that have taken part in that this season. It's been a great season, and yeah, I look forward to us sort of raising the game a little bit next season with some of the things that we might try and introduce. And to everyone at Apex Racing, so to Wojciech and to George again, my teammates that have helped me out. So Simputers, SDK Gaming, and Apex Racing Academy.
There we go. Well, yeah, thanks a lot, Alex, again for coming to speak to us. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you and Woody tearing it up on the track again next season.
Right. See you guys.
I might be tearing something up. I don't know what it would be.
The process sheet or something.
The rule book. Yeah. The process sheet. What do you reckon? Rickard Carlson has earned an interview, hasn't he? Certainly. Am champion for the season. Rickard Carlson joins us now in the box. Rickard, well done, mate. We believe, obviously, protests pending that you're the champion.
Thank you very much.
How
It feels great.
Your first season in the championship, and to come through all that and to survive that must be a pretty cool feeling.
Absolutely, and that has been my goal from the beginning, to try to finish every race and try not to be in crash or taking out anybody else. So that feels good.
You haven't done that too many times. At least we saw your car look like it had been through quite a lot in one of the races today. But
Yeah.
in the end, all you had to do really in that last round was finish the race, and it happened. But it was certainly a tight race, wasn't it? That race 3.
Yeah, it was absolutely a tight race, and it was really funny. And I had so many X at the end, so I had to back out of it. So, but
Are
it
you,
feels good.
Are you going to be back next season? Potentially in the pro category, who knows?
I hope that I'm going to be back. It has been fun, and I haven't driven this car before, so before this championship, so it's been a blast.
Are you going to bring more teammates?
I hope so. I hope I can get somebody else to join me. It's easier to be more at the track. Been
Yeah,
lonely the
Get
lately.
the practice in and things like that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, congratulations. Before we let you go, Adam, have you got anything for Ricard?
Just how did you find that final race meeting with obviously the point situation? Because I know Nathan did well in race 2, but were you ever too worried about that at all, or were you just focusing on running your own race in that?
Yeah, I didn't even look what he has a finish, so I didn't know that till after the race. So I just was in my own race and tried to be the best I could and survive.
It was a brilliant job. Yeah, well done. Well
Thank
done
you
from me
very
as
much.
well.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much for joining us, Ricard. If you want to give any of your shout outs and thanks to whoever you like.
Yeah, I want to thank my team, Hell Racers, and our sponsor, Tear Shine and Pixel Dust.
Perfect. Nice one. Well, thanks for joining us in the box, and we hope to speak to you. Well, we won't be speaking to you. I might be racing against you next season, so we'll see what happens there.
I hope so.
All right, we might see you on the track, mate. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Ricard Carlson there, deserving of the AM Championship. And I know we usually give the final word to Dave, but we'll spare him that this time. He's with Adam, Dave Baker.
There you go. Dave Baker, well, welcome. I think you were in your customary 6th place quite a few times today. I think 7th in race 3, though, still a strong result. And I know you went into this race meeting with an outside chance of the championship, but you were right in there right until the very end.
I've been for a while. Yeah, it was always an outside chance for me. Really sucks the luck that Ross had tonight, but even with that, Kieran and Oscar were on fighting form tonight. So yeah, congrats to them, and I think it's congrats to Apex with the teams championship as well. Like generally, it's been a really great season again. We've had some great battles. I've really enjoyed it. And I just wanted to pop in here to say, obviously, thank you very much to you guys for covering it, particularly yourself, Andrew, who I gather is no longer going to be commentating with us. It's been a pleasure all these years listening to your voice call these races.
Look, thanks very much, mate. Been a pleasure watching you driving, and I think, yeah, this series, is going places. I think it needs something fresh, something a bit different to take it forward, and but certainly I've enjoyed it, and I'm hoping to get myself on the grid for 2021. So
that would be.
I've never done a full-time season. I've always said I would like to, but I've obviously never been able to or allowed to, really. So
I'm sure you'd get a spot. We'd be welcoming you on the grid. You know what you're up for, at least.
Yeah. I'm up for getting hit 10 times every race. But no, we'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll survive. I'll try not to get disqualified much.
You're right. I think we do need to think about going forward. Changes and sort of freshening the league up and stuff like that. I will say, when the races are really good, I haven't found anything as competitive. The grid is so close. There is such talent on here. We've had drivers on here with World Championship licenses, and stuff like that. And I don't think outside of World Championship races, where do you get sort of some of the talent that we do get? It's really fun to race against those guys and sort of see how everybody stacks up.
Well, yeah, next season, aspirations again, Dave, just to be in with a shout of, as you were this season, to take it all the way to the final round of the season.
I'm long in the tooth with this, Adam. I gave up making predictions like that a long time ago.
Yeah.
As long as I have some good battles with people, that's what gets me through. If I end up high in the championship, brilliant. But as long as I can come away saying, yeah, I gave it a good shot.
There we go. And yeah, watch out for that guy on the track next season. Well, before we let you go, is there anyone you wanted to give a quick shout out to?
I'm pretty sure, like it's all been said, you know, you guys, everybody behind the scenes that brought the league together this year, all of the drivers on it, and then sort of everybody within the Pure Sims sort of stable for seeing the season through, giving all the help they have behind the scenes with us and everything. And yeah, we'll just see what next year brings.
Great. Well, well done on the whole season, and yeah, thanks for taking the time to come and speak to us, and hopefully we'll be seeing the number 6 back at the sharp end of the grid again next season.
Back in P6, no doubt.
Back in P6. It's still in the top 10. I think if you had a whole season of P6s, you'd probably still do enough to be champion, I reckon. But,
you never know. I've already had George saying, "Did I want to swap my number already so I can start with P6 again?" So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank you very much, guys. You take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Cheers, Dave. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, all the best.
And so I think it leaves the final word of the season. Very special to Ben Gregory. Hello, Ben.
Oh, hello.
Hi, mate. Welcome back to the commentary box again. Last time we're going to get to be able to do this, mate.
Yeah. How many years?
It's about 6 years.
Too much of my life.
6 years for us, yeah. You know, you gave it your best tonight, mate, and it didn't quite go the way you wanted, but you certainly gave them hell out there.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I wasn't gonna give up like this late in the season. Like even with what happened in race 1, where I unfortunately went through the magical portal to the pit lane at turn 2 after getting hit off, which was a lovely 3-minute tow. But I wasn't going to give up. I thought I'm going to keep going. As long as I'm on the lead lap, I get points. So, but which did put a damper on it a little bit. Everyone was able to catch up, but yeah, 2 really good races in 2 and 3. I felt at least helped, but massive props to Ricard and Nathan. Like Nathan for coming back from quite low down mid-season, and Ricard for just holding up there the entire way. Like AM Championship has been super tight all season, and it's been awesome, and I hope to actually win it next year.
Well, this has certainly been probably your best season since you did win the AM Championship, and you know, how do you feel like your own progression's been over the last couple of years? Because it feels like you've really rounded out your skill set.
Yeah, I think the fact that I've been able to drive other cars, drive with some decent teams as well, has really helped me improve. But this isn't even my usual sort of fare either anymore. I'm usually going in the LMP2, so coming back to this is at least a bit of nostalgia as well. But I've definitely the fact everything's the field is so close. I know how everyone drives, and it definitely helps at me a little bit at least.
What do you think, having been around? You know, we've talked about it a lot tonight, but you being around the series for as long as you have, what do you think of the new drivers that have come in this season? Because I mean, we've got 2 rookie champions. It's been an absolutely great crop, I think, that have come in.
I think it's been fantastic. Like I think it's actually because I only came in the back half of last season got to know some of the people, like because the Craig Setup Shops guys I'd never raced before, really, as well. But this season with like the Hell Racers guys, I've raced Ricard and some of the Hell Racers boys in DGFX, which is a completely different sort of car. But to properly go to wheel with them in this series has been fantastic. Same with the .exe boys as well. We me and Toby and Rob in Freespires, we were able to at least keep up with them, I say, at least, considering they had a pro driver in Dennis as well. So I think we did okay.
It definitely bodes well for 2021, doesn't it? And you know, see how you guys can get on next time. I take it you're coming back for next season.
Both me and Toby are definitely coming back. Yes.
All right.
So,
well,
but we're in a slightly different guise because we've been hanging around a certain team's channel for a while.
Hey, we'll say no more. I'll wait for the car reveal.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks Ben as usual for coming to chat to us. Been a pleasure watching you race over the years, mate. And yeah, if you want to give any shout outs, please do.
Yeah, shout out to all the boosters guys who've fortunately let us sit in their channel for a while. To Toby and Rob for letting me join them at the start of the season from being a privateer and just not knowing where I was going. And honestly, to the whole grid for being absolutely fantastic to race against every single race, even with all the argy-bargy we did have. And honestly, you guys as well, and especially you for every race you've commentated on, and it's been fantastic, and we will all miss you massively.
Well, thanks very much, mate. I do appreciate that. I will miss doing it, but on to new things. And as I said to the other guys, hopefully to the grid for 2021 as well. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try my best to get a spot, and we'll see if we can. Well, we might be mixing it up on the track if I can get close enough to you, mate.
Oh, please do.
All right. Well, Adam, have you got anything for Ben just before we let him go?
From a controller to this.
Every time.
Yeah, I always remember that. Yeah.
You have to finish the season with it, though, Adam. You can't let him get off with it without it.
Oh yeah, it's like Pete Newman has his hospital bed reference. Gregory has his controller. Yeah.
Dave is number 6.
Dave's number 6. Yeah. Woody's won at Montreal. Paul Smith's won at Bathurst. Yeah. All of those references, but yeah. well done, and unlucky on just missing out on the Pro-Am title.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, Ben Gregory there, Adam, and the last interviewee of the season. My goodness.
Oh, that was another highlight, wasn't it? When I asked Paul to do the shout-outs, and then you followed that up. Paul, do the shout-outs again.
It was possibly in the
There was that, and me thinking the moon was the sun. No, me thinking the sun was the moon. That was it.
That was good. That was very, very good. So yeah, that's it, mate. Dude, it's been an absolute pleasure, honestly. We didn't know each other before we started doing this, and I think it's safe to say we can't get rid of each other now. So
no.
I do appreciate you, and like I say, we've had so many laughs and so much fun watching these races.
Been a pleasure, mate. Really, really has. 4 years. Sorry, 6 years. Do that every time. Can't count. But yeah. I just done one season. As my phone keeps going off. I've just done one. Yeah, I just started a season.
Yeah.
Before you guys arrived, and yeah, I got told by Kip that they got these new guys coming in, and asked if I was willing to join you, and but fortunately it was so. And the rest is history, pretty much. We've had reverse grid dices, reverse grid wheels,
reverse grid RNG.
Pretty much. We've had us filling in as VIPs for races, winning in some of them.
Yeah.
Me being awarded as the dirtiest driver for
2017.
What
was it? 3 disqualifications out of 4 races, was it?
Yeah. I think I've still got those back at the grids to serve.
One was Dave Baker's fault, to be honest, but we never mind that.
So plenty to look back on. Stuff we'll probably still be talking about. Oh, do you remember this in a couple of years? But best of luck on the grid next year. Hopefully we'll be back to having 2 Woodhouses to commentate on. So,
well, we're gonna try and knock up something, aren't we? Like a video or something. See if we can get some of the funny moments together. We're gonna try and see if we can sort something like that out. I've got to say a big thank you to Sam as well, because we genuinely, we could have done it without him, but it wouldn't have been as good. So thanks very much to Sam Kumo for that as well. I've just got to give some shout outs as well to everybody at Apex Racing TV, past and present. We've had so many people in this commentary box: Alex Simpson, Paul Smith, possibly Chaz Draycott, Sam Fitzpatrick, Connery Maddock was here a couple of times as well. Yeah, it's been an absolute joy to be working with all those people and commentating on the series. I'm going to stop rabbiting on because I will be here forever. But we've got to say before we leave, then we've got to say a great congratulations to Kieran Harrison, Rickard Carlson, Apex Racing Team, and to .exe as well for their title wins. 2020 has been a bit of a roller coaster for us all, but it's certainly finished on a high tonight here at Sebring. From all of us here at the Apex Racing League Touring Car Championship, we'll see you in 2021.